Hello everybody. This is a recording from the membership session that we had Monday, December 22nd. And we were talking about installing bands of protection, bands of power on our luminous energy field. And we talked about the luminous energy field in the previous membership. And this is, so it's a continuation of that. So I've taken this information from Alberto Villoldo, and he was talking about this in his book. I think it's called Healing the Dark Side, or his course, Healing the Dark Side. And they talk about installing these bands of power, and they got this information from the Andean shamans. And before I get into it, I asked myself, my higher self, my ancestral self, if this is a cultural appropriation. And I was struggling with that back and forth, and then I heard clearly a no, because I am sharing this information as protection. So, and I am calling in the ancestors as we install these bands so that it's only of the highest good and of the highest light. I also asked my guides, if they don't want me to share something with my circle, with our circle, with new people coming into our circle, then don't give me that information, because I got a big mouth and I'll just share it. All right, so let's get going with this. As we learn to step into our contracted path of being luminous beings, and I've been calling ourselves luminous warriors. And so whatever word we want to put in it, it's our light bodies. It would be really good to have a set of tools where we can deflect some of the negative energy that comes our way. Or maybe it's some jealous energy. Or maybe it's some people that are looking at us and going, why are you so happy? Why do you have so much abundance? So we need to deflect some of this misplaced energies of others. When we were young, and immature, I would say things like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. But I've grown up. I have. So we've got these now. Now we have these tools that we can use. And when I first got onto YouTube, I heard of a psychic who said, you can set up a bubble around you that's a mirror. So whenever anybody says anything, it'll be reflected back to them. And that's really, really powerful, because if they reflect negativity to them, then it bounces back to them. And you're not doing anything, they're doing it to themselves. Although I would like to change and modify that so it's not, more negative energy on them. But I think that's a different lesson for me. For right now, I'm deflecting it back to them. And Alberto, he said that it reflects back 10 times. And I'm like, yikes, that's really harsh. Especially if they're throwing an insult, it goes back to them tenfold. Oof. And that's where I want to kind of massage it. And they just need to be aware. And it does turn out that they do become aware later on. On the flip side is when somebody brings us love and sends love our way. well, then that love gets reflected back to them tenfold. And I go, oh, I like that. But I do like getting the love. So, there's some things I have to work out in my brain to make this work, as we all do. This isn't just something that we take and not work with and massage and adjust it for our vibrations so that it works for us. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we are setting up these bands of protection in our luminous energy field. And we can set up these bands so that we are wearing them like a belt, maybe like a sweatband on your forehead, or bands on your wrist. So when we're going into a stressful situation, and maybe we know we're going to go in there, or maybe something gets thrown at us, we can activate these bands of protection. Also, they're called power, these power bands, so that whatever is given to us is transmuted and transfigured into healing, compostable energy. Okay, so let's quickly review the luminous energy field and how to activate it. We do that with our slow breath, and we allow the energy of creation to come through our crown chakras, filter down through all the 7 chakras, 8 chakras, however many you are connected with. Let it filter down through your chakra system, through your luminous body, down into Mother Earth, and then back up to the heavens. And while we do this, we feel our bodies starting to glow. And we can open our hands above our head and push that energy field out. And so it gets bigger and bigger. And from there, we can walk around with this great big energy bubble around us, a luminous energy. Okay, so now we're feeling that energy bubble. But the first time when I tapped into this luminous energy field of my own, it felt really delicate. It felt like it was a chiffon. Not that I wear a lot of chiffon, but I digress. It felt like if somebody touched it, it would rip. And so when we check out our luminous energy field with our mind's eye, in our imagination, use our hands to see, has anybody damaged it? Did I damage it? And we can massage it and reweave it back together again. And so with these bands of protection that we are going to be installing, that will get our luminous energy field just a little bit stronger. So we're going to call on our ancestral lineages to help us with this. There are certain ancestors that we have in our past. The Andean shamans and the medicine people, they were extremely talented weavers. And so we are going to bring them in to help us weave our bands of protection. So let's talk about the bands of protection. There are 5 bands of protection. And I know we have 7 chakra layers and sometimes 8, 9. But we're only going to be using 5 bands right now. The first band is a black band, and that represents rich, dark earth. And it's woven over the first chakra. With a clear first chakra, the mentality of scarcity, it just disappears. We come to realize that nothing is lacking, and we live in this abundance, and it grounds us and is the foundation on which our luminous energy system rests. The second band is red, and it represents water. And I thought about that, and I go, red, water? Well, when I look at water, it's either clear, it's either blue, maybe a little green a little bit, a little cloudy, and they use red. And since we are made up mostly of water, I go, it's our streams in our body. It's our rivers flowing in our body. The blood is red, and it's flowing through our 3D streams and rivers in our body. Got it. Okay, so now that makes sense. So the second band, red, represents water, and it's the blood of the earth. And it's woven over the second and third chakras. The third band is golden, and it represents fire. And not the burning, destructive fire, but the fire of warmth, the fire of regeneration. And that's woven over the heart. So the third band is golden over the heart, representing our passions, our fire. Sometimes those passions can get too strong. You know, our fire can burn too brightly, and we get too angry and whatever. So we can use that band to tap it down. The fourth band is silver, representing wind around our throat, so that we can say the right things, the positive things. And the final band is wrapped around the third eye chakra, and that is of pure white light. And it goes up into the crown chakra and into the eighth chakra, and it just goes up. Kind of like the black band goes all the way down to Mother Earth and attaches to Mother Earth. And that's the composting band. So it can take all this stuff from our water, from the water of our body, and just drop it down into Mother Earth, and it cleans the toxicities, and it lets it go. So the bands are linked to the 5 elements, and they nourish the chakras with earth, air, fire, water, in the sky directly. So how are we going to do this? We are going to do a guided meditation journey to the mountains of Peru. So no airfare. There's going to be nobody there serving us drinks. We're just going to get there pretty quick. Susan, you have your hand up?
I did, Danny. I just had a clarification on the second band, the red band. Is that around your solar plexus, or where does that go around your midsection?
It's over the second and third chakras, okay. So like around your waist, and they'll overlap each other a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so as we go to the journey, as we journey to Peru, and I've already been there. It's really nice. We're going to a top of a mountain. I brought in some Andean medicine men and women and shamans. The women of Peru, the Andean lineage of the ancient ones, were master weavers. And so they're going to help us weave these bands into our luminous energy field. Okay. Let's hope I can get this all right. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to open up sacred space. I may grab my drum. I may not. But as we open up sacred space, we're also going to open up our luminous energy field. So as we, you can close your eyes and dream along with me as we open up sacred space, and we find ourselves in the middle of a compass rose, with the sky above, the earth below, and we honor those two energies as we stand in the center of this rose. And we face the east, and we call on Spirit Keeper of the East, Eagle, Condor, the wind. Be with us. Show us the way. Show us how to glide, how to soar, to see our path below us. Show us the direction of south, and as it flies, these beautiful creatures fly with us, wing to wing, to the south energies, to the sun. We call on the energies of the south, jaguar, snake, and coyote, to be with us, to show us how we can be strong without movement, how we can shed what no longer serves us, and how we can play as coyote in our strength, in our renewal. And we face the direction of west, water, the direction of bear, whale, shell woman. And we swim in those healing energies. We ask whale to give us knowledge that's beyond our years, that's from our past energies. And we ask them to heal this planet, to heal ourselves. And a wave comes and pushes us to the north, to the Spirit Keeper hummingbird, white buffalo calf woman. We ask that she shows us how to walk with the sacred pipe in our directions of our life. And again, we thank Mother Earth for all her beauty, all her grounding, and we thank Father Sky, all our galactic friends, all our galactic history. And we take a deep, slow breath, and we let the world go. We let our 3D lives go, and we slowly exhale. And we know that as we control our breath, and as we slow it down with our deep inhalations and deep exhalations, that we are letting go of our fight or flight methods. We find ourselves getting lighter and brighter. We feel our luminous energy fields. We sense them, we can feel them as a golden light comes through our crown chakra and filters through our 3D bodies, through our chakra system, into Mother Earth, back through the sky. We feel our luminous energy field expanding and growing. We can use our hands and push it out a little bit. And we find ourselves above our chairs, looking down on us. And we walk out of our 3D rooms, and we go through a thin mist. And as we go through this mist, we find ourselves in a cloakroom. And in this cloakroom, there are robes hanging up. We unzip our 3D bodies, we take off our egos, we take off our judgments, and we look at our 3D bodies, scars, black marks, shake it out, put it up on a hanger, and above the hanger it says to be cleaned. And we grab a robe that's going to help us with our luminous energy field. It's not our luminous energy field. It's a companion to. What's it feel like? What's it made out of? And we hear the call from a conch shell. It is the Andean elders calling us, asking us to get on the path, to go to their sacred site, high on a mountain in Peru. And as we walk on this sacred path to this mountain, it's easy, it's light, and we pay attention to everything that's around us. What's the path made out of? Are we barefoot? Did we have sandals? Are there the winged ones flying overhead? Big, little? And as we walk up this mountain, we see this golden dome. And we can see through it. And it's gold, it's silver, it shifts colors back and forth. And as we prepare to enter this golden dome, there is a guardian at the door. He has a sage pot and a condor feather. And he sages us as we go in. And as we go into this gold and silver healing ceremonial dome, notice the change in atmosphere. Did the light change? The sounds? In the center is a fire. And there is a fire tender there. And there are grandmothers. They welcome us to a space. And they ask us to open up our luminous energy field. We push it out. We show them this beautiful light that we are. They are so pleased. They are so happy. And they start to get to work on weaving the bands of energy. The first two bands that they put in place, it goes from your tailbone up to the right of your spine, over your head, and back down the front of your chest, and reconnects underneath into your tailbone again. It's a golden light. It's sun energy. And then they attach on the other side of the spine. They attach moonlight energy. And it goes up the spine, over your crown chakra, back down. And now you have the sunlight and you have the moon energy. And they're spinning. They're rotating. And she takes the first band, and it's woven around the body at the level of the sacral energy center. This is a black band between the base of the sacral energy chakra, and it drops all the way down to the earth. It's a black band, a band of deep, dark earth, a place where seeds can be planted, nourished, and will grow. This is where the seeds of our dreams can be planted, where they can be held, where they can be nourished. And the second band, as it goes in and out, it's being woven throughout the bands of sun and moon and into our luminous energy field. And then in the front of us, the moon and the sun. And so it stays in place. And the second band is woven at the level of the solar plex energy center, weaving between the sacral and the solar plexus. And it is a red band that represents water, the blood of the earth, and it's woven over the second and third chakras. And it feeds the seeds that we've planted in the ground. And the third band is woven in between the sun and the moon energy field at the level of the heart energy center, and extending the bands above and below. It's the golden band, the band of fire, the gift of sun, which warms the earth and feeds the plants, helps them grow. It helps our dreams be warmed and nourished. And it grows towards our future. And the fourth band, a silver band at the throat energy center. It's the band of air. And it's the band of wind, which scatters new seeds grown by the voice for them to grow in a new place, new direction, so too that our dreams can spread. In the fifth band, it weaves around the third eye energy center, and it is a bright white band, pure white light, source, creation, energy, known by so many names. The energy that unites us all, giving us flowing energy and empowerment that can assist with our creating and co-creating our lives. And grandmothers come and they weave all these in place, and they make sure they're nice and tight. They give a little sage, little smudge. And then they ask us to expand these energy centers, these bands of power, push them out. Like as you take a deep breath, we push them out about a foot from our bodies, 2 feet from our bodies. And to activate these, we take the first band, the black band, and we give it a spin. Is it counterclockwise, clockwise, whatever you think, whatever it feels right to you, and you spin it. So if any negative energy comes your way, it just spins off. It can't attach. And you do that with the second band, the red band, and you spin that. The third band, the chest, woven over the heart, spin that. The silver band representing wind around your throat, we spin that. And the final band of pure light is being spun, and all of the power centers are moving up and down slightly, all touching each other, all protecting us. And that last band, the final band of pure light, goes all the way into the heavens. And the black band goes all the way down into Mother Earth. We feed the sky, we feed Mother Earth. And as our bands are complete, Grandmother shows us that they can be retracted. And we bring them back into our body centers, close to our bodies. And we wear them like bracelets, like necklaces. And when the time comes to activate them, we know how to do it. We give thanks to the grandmothers, to the shaman, to the shawoman, to the fire keeper. Drop a little tobacco. And as we walk out of this golden silver moonlight dome, this healing dome, the guardian gives us a gift. And we in turn give the guardian a gift. We had pockets in our robe. And as we walk back up into our 3D rooms, back into the cloakroom, pay attention to how we're walking. Is it lighter, brighter, more power, more confidence? Just knowing we have these power bands. And we come into the cloakroom and we see our egos hanging there, all clean, sparkling, shining. And as we look at our egos on the hanger, we see that they have been infused with our bands of power, with our bands of protection. Take off our robes, put on our egos, come back through the mist, and here we are, sitting in our 3D rooms with our new bands of power in place. When you're ready, open your eyes.